Welcome back, StoryDads fans, to our Christmas discussion, getting into Die Hard. Now, we'll discuss Christmas movie or not, different ideas on this. We have some strong opinions, and you're going to have to stay tuned to hear what those are. And as you listen, drop some comments in there. Let us know where you think. If we say something that really gets under your skin, let us know about it. Those are fun discussions waiting to be had. So stay tuned.
This is the one. I don't know. Has anyone been waiting for this? Is this a debate that's been had already? Die Hard, the original Die Hard.
Is it a Christmas movie? We are here to discuss and decide. So let's get ready to rumble here.
Do it.
So yeah, Merry Christmas, everyone. Welcome back to week 2 of our Christmas series. Last week was our control group where we discussed the Muppet Christmas carols. We got into Dickens, clearly a quintessential Christmas story. Now the big debate is Die Hard. Does that fit into the Christmas stories? And we continue our conversation on what constitutes a Christmas story. So especially on this one, I hope you guys join the conversation. Let us know, because this one is, we have ideas and opinions, and some of them are more fleshed out than others. And yeah, we want to know what you think as well. So make sure to drop a comment in there as you listen.
Yeah, get on it. We do read them mostly because we've only had like 6 so far.
There's
and
like
so it's easy
5 on like one of our best performing videos. So we got plenty of time to read them.
Usually they're my mom, but that's sweet. Hey, thanks, moms.
She posts great comments too.
She does, yeah. And at least she doesn't sign them at the end.
Mom.
You know, like when boomers send you texts and they sign each text with like a little salutation. You're like, I know
Dad.
Who sent it. It says it.
It says at the top. Yeah.
You have the exact same UI on your phone that says that
Yep.
it's me. Like, anyway.
Yep. Dad, hope you're listening. You comment on that and you don't have to sign off on that. I much appreciate that.
Okay, so Die Hard. This movie, it came out in the 89. I should know this.
I think it's 88.
88? Okay, great.
Yeah.
I can't look it up right now because I have a soccer match occupying my other browser. Sorry. So when
Disney...
it came out, like, no, I got a little Premier League going, little Arsenal.
And 88.
So it came out. At the time, Bruce Willis went on to be well known as an action hero, but at the time he was a comedic actor and kind of a rom-com guy.
Sure.
You know, like he was doing what was it? It was why can't I think of it? Moonlighting.
Yeah.
Right, and he had done he was more of a comedic and like handsome comedic guy.
Yeah.
And so for him to come out with this action flick that sort of
tough guy action hero. Yeah.
It defined action movies ever after.
Absolutely. And it kind of launched him up to your Schwarzeneggers and Stallones and just tough action hero guys. Like for a stretch there, like he was in that camp of like, you only saw those guys as like big tough guy with a gun.
Yeah, it was a complete redefining of his whole career. Yeah. Like, and the only guy I can think of who's really done that similarly lately is, I would say, like Ryan Reynolds kind of did it, and then Chris Pratt are some guys who did it.
The Robert Pattinson, he kind of did it from he was the Twilight guy, and now he's in all the Nolan films, and he's doing a whole bunch of other stuff too.
Yeah, that's fair. Although he still hasn't reached the place where like that's what you think of him as.
Yeah,
like,
yes.
And oddly, I don't think, nothing against, I think he's an awesome performer. I'd love to work with him, but I don't think of like going to see a Robert Pattinson
film. Yeah, right.
But you'll go see a Chris Pratt movie,
right. Yeah.
So anyway, so Bruce Willis like totally revolutionizes his career. Simultaneously, John McClane, revolutionizes action films.
Right.
It's
I mean, it like going back and rewatching it. It's you can't see it now because it's just like, oh, there's all the action movie tropes in there. Like, they all stemmed from Die Hard. Like, it set the standard for all of these things, and it knocks them all out of the park. Man, the reason why it's a classic.
Yeah. And so no one is here debating whether or not it's a great movie.
Die Hard's a great movie, great action, all-time action movie.
I would say for the art form, it's an important movie.
Mm-hmm.
It also, I think, sort of revolutionized the use of the F word in movies. Like, I don't know if anyone had ever cussed as much in a movie up until Die Hard.
Yeah.
And then from Die Hard, it kind of became normal until you got to like Pulp Fiction. Like,
I was going to say, what other movies have been in that camp where it's like you see that, it's like, I can't believe they swore that much. And then you all kind of get used to that level. And then there's another one that just ups it, right?
Yeah,
so
Pulp Fiction ups it.
Pulp Fiction.
And then somehow Big Lebowski like casually does it because you don't think about it really when you watch Big Lebowski. But then when you watch it, especially with like, I don't know, a kid or something, you're like, God.
Yeah, I remember in college, like, the Judd Apatow comedy Superbad was like, oh, there's a lot of cussing and just kind of cruised to, but it's just like you just kind of got more and more.
You just ratchet it slowly over time.
Yeah.
So the ratcheting up slowly over time is going to play into this this discussion, I think, because what we are here to discuss is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Yeah.
Now, to review,
read back our criteria that we discussed from last round.
All right.
From Muppet Christmas.
What we discussed about the things that made A Muppet Christmas Carol a Christmas movie was not that it took place during Christmas.
No.
During the Christmas season.
It's not the setting. It's not the title.
Right. Not that it has it in the title. It had to do with a main character who experiences a conversion from a way of life that is bereft of what we consider Christmas values.
Right.
Into a new heart and a new paradigm and a new way of being that conforms to Christmas values, or at least attains to Christmas values.
Sure. Yeah.
And those Christmas values, when we went through it, you and I, when I grilled you on it, we identified those as unconditional love, charity, peace on earth, and goodwill toward men.
Yes.
Self-sacrifice and selflessness, joy, and relationship, putting emphasis on those things. And that the event of Christmas is the catalyst for that transformation. So those were the criteria that we laid out. Yeah.
Well, and those are some criteria. This is a working theory we're continuing to hone today.
Yeah. So I want to say, historically, nobody in their right mind would have said Die Hard was a Christmas movie.
Yes.
Like when it came out all the way up until I want to say like the 2000s or something.
Was it released around Christmas? Like,
I'm sure it was.
You sure? Okay.
And
was it release date July 15th, 1988? Oh, really?
Oh, that's amazing. So it wasn't even released at Christmas.
No.
So it was very intentional to make it take place during Christmas.
Sure.
But it became sort of like funny to
It almost feels like the Christmas part is ironic.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And so it's one of those things where, it's sort of like, do you remember when like saying awkward became a joke? And it was a joke because it was not a joke. And then everyone did it, so it became a joke, but it's not a joke. It's not funny. Like,
right.
The person that goes awkward first is not the funniest person in the room. They're not using wit in any way.
Yeah.
Like there was one time that saying awkward was funny, and it was the first time someone did it. And ever after it was diminishing returns, right?
Right.
And so Die Hard, when someone said like Die Hard's a Christmas movie, it was funny. Like,
it's like, okay, like obviously it's not, but there's some Christmas stuff in it. Haha, let's get back to our actual Christmas classics. I like that action movie too, right? And then as time went on, people were just like, well, let's
I want an excuse to watch Die Hard at Christmas. I'm going to call it a Christmas. Aren't I funny for considering Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Yes.
Great. Now you flash forward long enough and it's like awkward. Now everybody says it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
And so what you've done the same way, that sort of like wah-wah humor on television and on TV writing and movie comedy writing, like generally degraded our ability to be funny at all.
Okay.
So Die Hard has degraded, not Die Hard the movie, considering Die Hard a Christmas movie has degraded
what does it mean to be a Christmas movie?
What Christmas
the threshold to how much you have to connect to those core things we discussed in the Christmas Carol is just so like watered down to where Die Hard can slip in.
Yeah. Okay. And so what I don't want to skip over is the fact that like there are a lot of action films out there where there is not an arc for the main character, not anyone that matters, and the arc in Die Hard is excellent. Like, it is a movie about relationships. Ultimately, the most satisfying thing that happens in the whole movie is Holly unsnaps that little symbol of her, her corporate her like personal aspiration,
her corporate ambition to further her career and make a bunch of money,
threatens their interpersonal aspirations. That's a gift from this guy that's trying to sleaze into her pants, like that has the ultimate symbol of corporate greed, which is the
Rolex.
The robber is hanging from it because he's willing to steal. So you're willing to cheat, steal, destroy, whatever. So she unsnaps that. They come back together as a couple. It saves the cop's career at the very end because he rescues them when they're about to be killed by Carl. Right. So we're just running roughshod over the plot of the action of the movie because if you haven't seen Die Hard by now, like I don't. But
sure.
So
I mean, it's a pretty simple plot. Terrorists take over the building. John McClane is loose in the building and picks them off one by one and becomes the big hero. There's some symbolism. We'll talk. He's not wearing shoes the whole time. There's some interesting stuff we'll get into. But I mean, all the action tropes are set up and done so perfectly that they became a standard. So you've seen it.
Yeah. So it is ultimately an arc where he puts Holly before himself. Holly puts him before herself. So they have this reconciliation. They have selfless giving. They come together in relationship. It has, I'm going to go through it. It has Ode to Joy in it. And so
it's got
joy.
Christmas music throughout it. It starts with Christmas music. It ends with Christmas music.
Yeah. And it is Ode to Joy. So there's joy in the movie.
Okay.
As far as peace on earth, goodwill toward men, not so sure about that. Not a whole lot of that.
No.
They do dump those Varabons all over, West Los Angeles. So that's gift giving.
Okay. So here's the thing.
So there's snow.
I think your thesis is okay. Snow. That's good. Your thesis is that it wasn't a Christmas movie, but now culture has gone so much in a way where we've watered down that it kind of counts as a Christmas movie now because of the new way we've kind of redefined that.
Yeah.
Because it clearly wasn't made as a Christmas movie. I think when you look at this from the time it came out in July of '88, all the Christmas stuff just feels ironic. It's juxtaposed to this intense, aggressive, violent action the whole time, but haha, Merry Christmas the whole way is that's the lighthearted joke of the movie.
The joke. Right. Yeah. And so as long as you continue to say that Die Hard's a Christmas movie as a joke, it's like, okay, fine. It's just droll now. It's not funny. It's like awkward. It isn't funny anymore. People courtesy laugh for it.
Yeah. And see, I'm sure people are going to say I'm splitting hairs on this, but I think it does a disservice to the actual movie because it's a phenomenal action movie. Quit trying to lump it in as a Christmas movie. It's not that. It doesn't do that well. It doesn't do the Christmas thing well. It does the action thing about as well as you could possibly do it. So view it through that lens.
Yeah, that's great. And it reminds me of, so there's I want to say it's in the prologue or the introduction to Mere Christianity by C.S. Lewis. You knew I wasn't going to get through this without talking about C.S. Lewis.
C.S. Lewis in the Die Hard conversation.
That's right. He talks about how the word gentleman used to mean somebody who is gentry, comes from being a landowner, they're titled in some way, and that's a gentleman. Right. And so it had a very specific meaning, which gave the word value. And so you could say that man is a gentleman and a cad, he's a complete jerk, but he's a gentleman. And so now I know I know two things about him, right? You could say, and then later it became a word for someone who behaves well in the manner that we ideally would hope a gentleman behaved. Right. And so then it completely loses the actual value that it originally had because we already have words for people that behave well. Right. We don't have to use gentleman and steal from it its value and its definition in order to apply it in a way that it doesn't need to be. And so in the book, he's talking about using that word Christian in the same way, where it's it means that you adhere to a certain creed. Whether you do it well or not, that's another, we have other words for that.
Yeah.
Right. And so when people go oh, this person who's an atheist behaves, they're a good Christian. And it's no, they can be ethical and kind and generous and magnanimous. We have words for that. Similarly, we have real jokes. We don't need your womp womp awkward joke to suddenly fill in for all humor. We have humor. And then same with Die Hard. we have
Yeah.
really amazing Christmas movies
Yes.
that are not getting watched, or I don't know, getting like sidelined
Yeah.
from a summer action blockbuster.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm not so like if you want to watch Die Hard during Christmas, great, go for
I'm
it.
going to.
But like, I did
Probably
last night,
tonight.
right? Yeah. But it's a Christmas classic. Let's be real. We all know you're stretching and kind of doing the ironic thing, whatever. And like, that's fine. You want to do the bad, awkward joke. Like, all right. Like, I don't.
Yeah. Great.
That's fine. But you know, that's not great comedy. Right.
Yeah.
And so it's a fun conversation, but I think like, if you really care about like what constitutes a Christmas movie, like be serious, guys. Like, that's not it. That's not it.
Yeah. That's not it. You know, I almost like,
but based off the criteria you laid out before, is it like it?
Yeah, let's go through it. So unconditional
You could
love.
make the argument that it fits, right? Yeah.
Well, I don't know, because like unconditional love, not really. It's not really present in there.
No. Yeah. No.
Charity, we don't really see charity in there. Peace on earth is certainly not in there. It's exceptionally violent. Now, I think you make peace through violence, but that's not ultimately what this movie is about.
No, this is not. We're going to try and stop something horrible happening. This is just like, let's stop the bad guys from getting,
And goodwill toward men, no, this is more what we would consider like Old Testament justice, right? Like everybody either goes to jail or gets shot. Like nobody
stop the bad guys.
There's no grace or mercy occurring.
One thing I think it does really well, and this was kind of like the action trope thing, is we'll kind of talk this a little bit on villain comeuppance, but like each guy, how do they get got? How does each henchman like get killed, get what's coming to them, and who does it was always the thing. Like I remember like doing Star Wars, like who gets to kill Boba Fett? Well, it makes sense Han Solo should be the one to get him like that. I remember as a kid growing up and just watching a lot of action movies, like thinking in those terms, like that guy gets it this way, and it was all kind of fun little tropey stuff. But even like at the end, I forget the police officer, he gets the last shot on that one guy, and it's great. And it's like, oh, cool. Like that one guy, he was kind of on the sidelines the whole time. He gets to be the hero there.
Yeah.
Too.
Well, and he gets his little arc, right? Because remember, he had a bad shoot as an officer, so he was afraid to pull his gun. And I also just love this like wantonly glorifying a cop has got to be able to pull his gun and shoot somebody. So that the last shot is that like crazy like countering like tilting boom move with the camera around the smoking barrel
from the barrel up to his face
to reveal Al, right?
Yeah. And that's all. Even like Hans Gruber, like his death, like falling from the building, like that shot wouldn't have gone that way after 9/11. But
that's true. And with all the money flapping around him like snow, you know, and it's like this kind of an amazing fall from the stuntman.
Yeah,
like there's a reason that is iconic in filmography. And I even think of like Fred Savage in Princess Bride when he's like, "Who kills Humperdinck? Who gets him? Like, somebody's got to get him." And we all have that. We have that urge, similarly to how our guest Joseph Barkley said on the Iron Giant episode. Like we have this urge where we know self-sacrifice is required to sort of overcome like a gap.
Totally. And we talked about that in our Pocahontas episode too.
Yeah. And we also know deep down that like the wages of sin is death. Like the bad guy's got to die. He needs righteous judgment visited upon him. Yeah. And we want to see it.
You know that from the first kill where he blows the guy's head off, like her boss is, I forget the guy's name.
He kills Takagi.
Owner of the place. Takagi. I mean, blows his head off, like most violent scene in the whole thing. And it's effective because it's like, oh, this guy is ruthless and brutal and just, well, you're just going to have to kill me. Okay. Like it's that establishes the stakes.
Right. In that moment, you're like, he's got to go. Like, Alan Rickman.
This isn't going to be I learned my lesson and I'm sorry. Totally. I shouldn't have done that. Like, that's not going to be sufficient.
Encanto, like you had a good conversation, heartwarming conversation with me. I see
heartwarming conversation by the river with Hans Gruber is not going to be.
Yeah, it's not going to sway him. Yeah. Okay, so peace on earth, goodwill toward men, not in there. Self-sacrifice and selflessness, yes, I think we see that.
Yeah.
joy is not a value that's present in, like, we're not doing joy.
Yeah, I mean, if you really want to like scrape the bottom of the barrel on stuff, like it's fun, lighthearted, yippee ki
Sure.
joy to the world's playing in the background, like
Yeah.
aha. There's like kind of some like all the action hero quips that happen during the whole thing. Like that's what made these movies fun.
But the thing that the characters are attaining to or acquire is not necessarily joy.
No,
like they're just surviving. And,
do I sound like I'm ordering a pizza? Like that's not. Yeah.
With his voice crack in there, so good. But the joy, if there is joy, it's in the relationship. It's it is Holly and John coming back together for their kids. Like they are going to go have Christmas together after this.
Yeah. Restoration of a family, man.
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah, and Al finds his restoration and like the value he has in his like vocation.
Yeah.
He's the lowest guy in the totem pole, and he's the only guy that knows what's going on, and who's like, he's probably the most capable cop out of everybody that lines up around the bottom of the building. Yeah.
Quick break from the show. Reminder to like, comment, subscribe. Hope you're enjoying this. And if there's anything we haven't discussed that you want us to get to, throw some recommendations for stuff you otherwise would want to hear. Back to the show.
Right.
Well, that's another big theme in this is like the everyman on the ground guy versus the big corporate guys or the big FBI suits. And that, kind of became a trope after that. But like McClane's the New York City cop, and he's the street smart guy who's actually figuring this stuff out and outsmarting it, and all the corporate jerks are just kind of useless, and all the FBI come in and they got the big egos and they're making stupid decisions, and the LA cop who's got the instincts is the one who actually is figuring stuff out. That's certainly a theme here.
Yeah. So it's, as far as, is Die Hard a Christmas movie? I think to sum that up, it's like, no, it isn't. And I don't think it wanted to be. I don't think that was the intent of it. I think it was ironic. And if it is a Christmas movie, then that's too bad for all of us.
Yeah, I mean, I can leave room for, like, you want to make the joke it's a Christmas movie, fine. Make the joke it's a Christmas movie. That's great. It's fun. It's a fun little like goofy thing, but like deep down, in your heart, like that's not what it is.
Yeah,
it's not what it was meant to be. It's not how it fits.
And sooner or later, you need to stop saying "not" after a sentence and thinking it's funny. So similarly with Die Hard, like, hey, maybe it's time for you at home, whoever's listening, maybe it's time for you to go, okay, it's not that good of a joke that Die Hard is a Christmas movie. And so let's move on.
Grow up and clean your room, kids.
That's right. Grow up, clean your room, and make a real joke. Don't
go
say
watch a real
awkward.
Christmas movie. Go watch a real Christmas movie.
So, speaking of which, I watched, my wife and I watched the original Miracle on 34th Street, the old school black and white one.
Yeah.
And so you want to talk about like Christmas movies. It's probably one of the early Christmas movies of all time, because there just weren't movies around for very long before that came out. And what's amazing is watching that old original one. It is the formula for every Hallmark, like Lifetime Channel Christmas movie. Like the character who's the super committed to her work and down to brass tacks and all that, and then like gets upset by the cute guy with the messy hair that like believes in Christmas and like brings her back to her old family values. Like it's every Lifetime Channel Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Like, right, boom, right there. Yeah. But anyway, so that one's a quintessential Christmas movie.
And there are obvious ones, and there's, again, like I can, my wife loves all the Netflix like holiday whatever. I've met some guy and we're gonna not like each other, but then we have Christmas whatever. Like
that's right,
fine. And I can lump those in the Christmas category. It follows that thread we talked about in Muppet Christmas Carol. Go listen to that if you want to hear more on that. But I think it, like, those things all fit, and they're clearly intended as a Christmas movie, as cheaply as it is, and fine. But I think the hamstringing things into a category that it doesn't really fit in, it doesn't really fit in, I feel like just degrades the category, and it's important.
Yeah, so if we were going to do another one of these, one of my favorite that I think is a Christmas movie is Batman Returns. Okay. And I don't mean The Dark Knight Returns, I mean Batman Returns. with
Danny DeVito as Penguin,
and Michelle Pfeiffer and Michael Keaton and
Tim Burton.
And so that's one that I watch every Christmas.
Okay.
Because I just, a guilty pleasure or not, I love that movie. I think it's like the most pure like Batman art film. Like if you invited Tim Burton to do whatever the hell he wants with a Batman movie, I feel like that's pretty much what we got.
Yeah.
It just doesn't have like, a claymation skeleton in it or something.
Yeah.
But you've got all the horizontal stripes you could want. And so I'm thinking of that one, running that one through the rubric. And it's not fair. I'm like totally ambushing you with this.
No, that's good. I don't know that film that well, so
yeah.
I'll need it. We'll maybe throw a bonus episode in on that one.
Yeah, maybe we'll throw in a bonus Dad's Night Out. But anyway, so what we are not saying is that a Christmas movie is a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
We're not saying that.
No.
We're just talking genre.
Yeah.
So Die Hard is an excellent film and one of my favorite films, probably of all time. It would be on the short list for sure. But by all means, watch it at Christmas. But it's not a Christmas movie, guys.
Yeah, you're right. If you want to do sit around with your family and have warm holiday cheer, there's better movies for that. Now, if you want to have action movie night and go, this is great, and let's throw Hans Gruber off the building here, great. Like, it's fun. It's excellent at that.
I'll tell you what, it's a Christmas movie for people who don't have families, don't have small kids around, right? When I think about the times where I would get together with friends at Christmas and watch it, we were all in our 20s and none of us had kids. And so that movie fit our lives really well.
Sure. Yeah.
And so I wonder actually if there isn't something to that, is that as our childlessness increases or as families with children increase in age, like it's taking people longer to buy homes and have kids. Yeah. That it has become a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Partially not its own fault. And to argue against myself about, being, frankly, I've been a little mean about like the awkward joke or whatever, but like it's understandable if you haven't been around families, you haven't seen the renewal of life, you haven't been exposed maybe to the Christmas values, because like people don't go to church, and which is not to say that people who go to church are good people. I'm just saying that tends to be a building in which these values are often talked about.
That is the thing that the Christmas story comes from.
Yeah,
if you're not connected to that or acquainted to that, then it just becomes a holiday thing, and whatever we decide to watch around December 25th gets to fit in that category.
Right. And so then, de facto, what Christmas is for most people is the trappings. It is a tree. Yeah. It is a party. It is, your corporate Christmas party, especially in the 80s. That suddenly became very cultural, like these big corporate parties where they'd rent out the roof of a hotel and like. And it would so I guess what I would say is if it has transcended irony and it has actually become a Christmas movie for you, my hope for you is that you would then transcend that, and that you would find a way to connect to the actual Christmas values.
Come back home. Put Die Hard back in its proper place and connect with the people who love you.
Yeah. And aspire towards something more than the silver rule of inflicting justice on your foe, and find a way to the golden rule.
Yeah, I think of the Scrooge story, Ebenezer Scrooge story we talked about on the Christmas Carol. He's a single guy. He doesn't want anything to do with family or any of this stuff, and he just wants it. He wants Christmas without all the joy and all that stuff. Like, he's just keep doing the thing I'm doing.
Yeah.
So it just reminds me of that.
And so would Scrooge think Die Hard is a Christmas movie?
Well, at the beginning of the movie, he would. By the end, he wouldn't. Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think that's the only argument that we really need to have here.
There we go. Would Scrooge like it? Which version of Scrooge would like it? Right.
All right. So, hey.
Toss aside, because a couple other things. Toss aside a couple of the like Christmas movie conversations. When I was going through this, as story dads, we get nerdy and we'll unpack all the symbolism and philosophy and all the stuff around this. A little tougher for me with action movies. Why is that? They feel, I noticed this one, all the themes and stuff that kept coming up felt very like timely, like stuff of the 80s, corporate versus everyman theme. Like those are all the things that drop out. To me, it felt like the genre doesn't lend itself to the big like philosophical ideas we often discuss, minus maybe like some sci-fi movies out there. But does that was a thought. Does that square with your thinking about it?
Well, I wonder, because the whole nature of John's character is that he is there to demonstrate his value to Holly Gennaro, formerly Holly McClane, to demonstrate his value and why he's worth keeping around as a husband.
Yeah.
And so I think now, if you're asking about all action movies, I think in a good action movie, what you're doing is you're taking internal and metaphorical conflict and you're making it external and literal.
Right.
And so if I look at Die Hard through that lens, I go, okay, how is John personifying? How is he externalizing his internal conflict, which is, am I worthwhile? Do I have anything to offer this world as a man?
My wife's got this big corporate job. She's making millions. What does she need me for? Do I really matter at all?
He's a New York beat cop, blue collar union worker.
Yeah.
She's a Los Angeles, glitzy corporate penthouse window office executive. Yeah. And so it's a little bit of a like, she's starting to flirt with the elites being elite, and he's still kind of this bum,
Yeah.
And that's literally almost every country song is I'm just this, salt of the earth bum, but I've got value. And which is not a dig on country at all, just observation. And so he's showing up as salt of the earth. He's out of place immediately. He gets to the airport and he's like, these people are so crazy. And they're like the chick in the leotard jumps on the guy, and then and
he gets in the limousine, and
he sits in the wrong place. He doesn't want to do the limo thing, which makes him friends with Argyle. And so anyway, the whole thing, it's through these pinches that involve navigating these henchmen, sort of up this hierarchy of henchmen. But he is navigating a hierarchy using the value that he has, which is his his street smarts, his improvisation, his ingenuity, ability to make friends, right? So him being this down-to-earth guy makes a friend of Al, makes a friend of Argyle, makes a friend, right? So he makes friends all the way up he even makes friends with Hans Gruber. Which is what ultimately allows him to screw him over and shoot him in the head. So I think through that lens, if you just take the violence and you let it be a metaphor for what's going on, I think the method of his violence, because he isn't just super violent. He isn't like Judge Dredd, where he just blows people and rips people to pieces. He's not
the biggest, strongest guy with the biggest gun just coming in and blowing everyone away.
He gets his ass kicked through the whole movie.
Totally, right.
Which I guess is also, it's like Rocky's primary virtue as a fighter is that he just doesn't
perseverance.
Stop. And so perseverance. So he's demonstrating his moral value on the canvas of physical violence.
Right. Yeah.
So that's what I see in this movie.
Yeah, I think it's all very character driven stuff. Like John McClane, let's unpack him. It's all told through expanding his character rather than humans in space and going out and exploring and what. And it's not.
I don't ever get the sense that anything in that movie was written sheerly for the set piece, which is something that happens now all the time. Is let's just make a big set. Like, where's our trailer moment? Where's let's make set pieces. It's okay, a set piece is nice, but if it's not motivated by the characters,
what's the plot and the theme and the story? What's the story this is telling? How does that set piece have this big grand moment to do it, or is it just like eye candy for the big screen?
And what did the characters do to get their asses stuck in that situation?
Right.
And it's like, oh, well, they have to be on a waterfall that's on fire and and the planes are falling down. It's like, well, cool. If you can justify it, then great. But if they just wind up there. And so it's also, and here's the other cool thing about Die Hard is that it's also a mystery, and mystery as a genre. There's these 4 quadrants for marketing, and different quadrants enjoy different genres more than others. But the one genre that every quadrant enjoys is mystery. So every Harry Potter movie, book, that later became a movie, is a mystery. And J.K. Rowling now writes these Cormoran Strike mysteries, which are the best mysteries. So she's is and always has been a mystery writer.
Right.
And Die Hard 1 is a mystery.
Yeah.
Really, Die Hard 1, 2, and 3 are all mysteries.
I mean, we did Aliens, right? Alien and Aliens are mystery. What is this thing? Why is it? Why won't it keep coming to life? There must be something we hadn't seen yet. We talked about that when we did Aliens. And then all the new Alien stuff, like we already kind of know the creature and how it works, and we're just kind of exploring it, and that mystery kind of fades, and they're not as compelling.
Yeah, they're not as compelling. And the Die Hard movies, once they turn into just like, hey, I'm the bad guy and I'm over here, and it's just gonna be really hard for you to get to me.
It just beat them up, shoot them up stuff. It's like, all right.
They lose cohesion. And so none of the Die Hard movies have been all that compelling since 3. Even 2 is pretty bad. It's fun, but like 1 and 3 are awesome. And they're mysteries. Yeah, so where does that leave us?
Well, mystery doesn't necessitate Christmas movies either.
Man, not necessarily.
I'm thinking what would be fun is just kind of do like a hodgepodge episode where we throw together just like, here's a bunch of movies that kind of fit and kind of don't, and like how do they go together? Just a lightning round version of Christmas movies. Yeah,
and I don't know if I was talking to you or if I was talking to Kristen, but White Christmas might not fit these criteria.
Interesting.
Yeah, so anyway, it would be fun to like do a hodgepodge and go through a bunch of them and be like, hey, this thing presents as a Christmas movie. It's not, you know.
Yeah.
And we're gonna watch Reindeer Games. That's on our list.
Okay.
This season, and I feel like that one might be a Christmas movie.
Okay, thought a long time ago, but that's another action like Gary Sinise, right?
Well, it's Affleck. I don't know. Is Sinise the bad guy in it?
Man, that's what I thought, but
I haven't seen it since it came out.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure there's like a conversion story in there. So anyway,
okay. But so to kind of cap that off, like last episode, you posed the question like, is any character arc, is that a conversion story? And I think the thing I'm landing on is it's gotta go specifically with these Christmas values. It can't just be like I learned something or like I was mad at someone, but now I'm not.
Yeah,
I think it's got to go deeper, and it's got to have a thread back to these core values.
Yeah, that seems reasonable to me, especially given that Christmas itself is the beginning of the invention of these values as something. And I like
for me, like the Christmas Carol story, the Ebenezer Scrooge, and like the Grinch, like these are the quintessential ones that really do it. And so if you're looking for something to like model it after, like is it got a thread of those where they're learning something there? That to me is like the simplest way I would think that's my most important criteria.
Yeah. And I think you've won me over on this, because coming into our conversation, I was like, I'm going to argue that Die Hard's a Christmas movie. And now what I'm arguing is like, if it is, then, woe to us.
Words don't mean anything. Nothing means anything anymore. We're all just social constructionists. And if you want to be, if you want to be a Christmas movie, you can identify as a Christmas movie.
That's right. Then I have to accept it. Yeah. And I use the pronouns ho, ho, ho. There you go. That's how we'll cap this one off.
But I mean, anything villain comeuppance, we did that a little bit.
Yeah, we talked about it. It is very like, eye for an eye, villain comeuppance. It's satisfying.
If you're gonna go into a building with a bunch of guns and take people hostage, there's a chance you might be the one who gets shot with those same guns and blown up with the explosives that you bring into and fall off the building that you're getting into.
Right. Yeah. And as far as villain comeuppances go, in the history of cinema, which is 140 years now, 120 and 140 years of cinema, it is one of the all-time most memorable villain comeuppances that's ever been made. So hats off to those filmmakers. Yeah. Because it's not often, there's a lot of movies out there. And for you to have risen to the top of all-time great moments, what a cinematic achievement.
It might be the most memorable, like Hans Gruber falling off the building, like shot of like a villain's demise of any movie.
It's just stupendous.
Nothing else comes to mind.
And it holds up, and it's beautiful. And I do love, and I will say, the evolution of the joke is it's not Christmas until Hans Gruber falls off Nakatomi Plaza.
Yeah.
Like, and I accept. So with that, I think, hey, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, guys. Let us know what you think. If this is your absolute favorite Christmas movie and you think we're just blowing smoke, then deconstruct all the things we're saying and let us know why. We'd love to hear it. And
get in there and tell us why. And post your edge case in there, because maybe we'll do a medley episode, or we'll just go through a bunch of these sort of.
Yeah. I think we should. I think that'd be a fun idea.
Yeah, and we'll run them through the gauntlet, Christmas gauntlet. Yeah. All right. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Hey, I hope you all enjoyed that. I know I did. Please tune in next time. And in the meantime, like, comment, subscribe. You can hit that notification bell if you want to know when we show up with another episode of inane, in-depth talk on a movie you've seen too many times. And if you're listening to this, please leave us a review. That helps us a lot. Thanks, and Merry Christmas.